Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lost Archipelagos. This is Season 2, but you do not need to have listened to Season 1 to understand what's going on in this second season. That's because Season 2 follows an entirely separate cast of characters and story than the first season. This episode of the Lost Archipelagos contains mild language, elements of horror/suspense, and memory loss. If my content warnings are inaccurate or need to be updated, please leave a comment as to how I can improve. Now, let's begin. The Lost Archipelagos Season 2, In the Maw of the Devil, Episode 1, Lost to the World. Hey there, my name's Ox. I wanted to record my diary, some of my experiences on these tapes in hopes that they might help people one day, or at least be a good record of history. So, I have my diary here, and I'm just gonna go through it, read along. So, some of this first stuff might not be the most helpful for survival, but I feel like it's still important to establish me as a person in case, I don't know, in case I become someone important. Anyways, as I've said already, my name's Ox. I'm a pretty famous baseball player. Well, I used to be. Ever since I woke up in this dead world, as Bells calls it, I haven't been able to find my home again. I'm lost in this abandoned world of green and ruin. Trees reclaim soil, weeds break apart cement sidewalks, and vines climb up crumbling buildings. Besides my traveling companion Bells, I haven't seen far too many people for the past 7 months. Bells is a lovely girl with brown eyes and medium-length, slightly curly black hair. She insists on keeping her hair tied back, but I think she looks cuter with her hair down. Belle said I should talk her right about blatantly obvious things sometimes, so I'm going to talk about myself in the next few entries. Alright, now it's the second entry. I used to play baseball a lot. I turned 18 in a few days. Yeah, I'm still a kid. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. I travel and scavenge for food with my buddy Bells. When we come across people, we usually do some kind of trade with them. Food, water, really anything we can get our hands on that would help us survive a little longer. Right now we're traveling through Old York. It's flooded to hell and back with murky water and alligators or crocodiles. I swear there's a difference, but I can't remember what it is. Probably not important. Traveling between buildings ain't easy, but it's kind of fun. Bells, however, is worried, scared that she's gonna fall into the murky waters below and be devoured alive by them gators. However, I don't think that's much to worry about. We've been traveling for so long, and at this point, I just told her that she keeps thinking like that, her thoughts are gonna eat her up. Going from place to place on a regular basis can be a bit boring. We've been to so many interesting places. I wish we could stay in one for a couple months or something. But locations run out of food and water, and all that's left is stuff that we can't consume. Poison, basically. If I could carry an entire bookstore in my backpack, then we could make a utopia together. We could live together, just the 2 of us, and uh, actually, anyways, we encountered someone today. Her name was Mallory, and we found her brain in the ruins of a church. We scared her crapless, Sorry, Bells asked me not to swear. We didn't even mean to scare her, though. We didn't mean to scare Mallory, but we kinda snuck up on her. We snuck up on her by complete accident. She practically jumped out of her skin. Sorry, miss, we didn't mean to scare you. I apologized, taking a step back. When the woman turned in our direction, I could see her features, her long brown hair, her black dress, and the white ribbon tied around her wrist. The most notable part of her appearance was her eyes, which were like gray marbles in their sockets. The woman smiled. Bells asked, "Are you blind?" "Something like that," Mallory replied. I nudged Bells's shoulder after saying, "By the way, I'm Ox." Bells chimed in, "Call me Bells." "Mallory," the woman said. "Please refer to me as Mallory while I still last." I still can't understand how Mallory has lived this long in the wilderness and ruins without sight. Regardless, she accepted our offer to travel with us, so now the three of us are exploring remnants of farms. Out of all places I've been to, farms certainly look the least like how they used to. The flora has almost consumed the whole farmhouse. Just looking at what's left of the farm makes me feel a bit nostalgic, although I can't place why. I wish I knew why. I miss places like farms, ranches, and other rural areas. I've already described how Bells and Mallory look, so I guess I should describe myself now. I'm a little over 6 feet tall with dark skin like chocolate. I wear my baseball uniform, which is white with red lettering. I also wear dark colored boots, a white baseball cap, and a gray zip-up jacket. I carry around my baseball bat and a large backpack. Bills gave me this journal as an early birthday gift, so I want to use this journal to the fullest. We had to leave our campsite early because I spotted another one of them wicks. I can always distinguish them from humans by the colored cracks along their skin, which are usually glowing on the neck. Wicks are very dangerous and are capable of strange things. How how did they get like that? Wicks, I mean, Bells inquires, looking down the hill at the cornfield. How do humans become like wicks? I shrug. That's stuff the ghosts don't even know. The few who know call the process of turning into a wick becoming. It sends shivers down my spine each time I hear the word. I guess I should explain the ghosts, so I'll write about them tomorrow. Some other entry. I've never met a wick before. I don't imagine they're much for conversation. Are they aggressive? Mallory says aloud. Uh, yeah, that's what the word dangerous usually implies. About people, I respond. Ah, I see. Bells taps her finger against her chin and steps forwards. She leans forwards as if it will help her see better into the field below. It's mannerisms like that from Bells that makes me smile. She asks, Ox, in what way are they dangerous? Stepping up to stand beside her, I answer her question. Well, they've done things I've never seen anyone be able to do. It's like witchcraft or magic out of a fairy tale. Huh, weird. Entry 8. Mallory decided to leave our group today. I asked her to stay, but she was insistent on leaving. She's not going to last long out there. Bells and I had to heavily support her, and she only awoke here a few weeks ago. Practically a death sentence, but it's not like I can keep her here with us. If she really wants to go, then that's her choice, unfortunately. I got down on one knee and pressed my hand against my chest over my heart. Miss, I'd really like you to stay with us. You'll be safe and alive with us, I said. Dreams like me will only weigh you down, Mallory replied. I, I didn't know what to say to that. I almost entirely forgot to talk about the ghost. Simply put, I am a medium. For some strange reason, the dead can interact with me. I don't know how or why. Back home, I didn't have this kind of power. It was only when I woke here that I discovered I could hear them. They all talk at once, so it's pretty dang hard to hear them. Sometimes they all agree on one thing to say instead of multiple things. Those are the only times certain I've heard them correctly. The ghosts are probably the main reason I've been able to stay alive as long as I have. I haven't told Bells because I know she'll give me that look of pity and worry that, for some reason, feels a little condescending or patronizing. I know she doesn't mean it, but seriously, that woman drives me crazy sometimes. Alright, now we're on entry 10. This will be the last one I do for today. It's been a little while since I last wrote. Since then, Bills and I ventured into a dilapidated city north of the farms. We found some survivors who traded with us. We also found an old theater. I don't think I've ever seen a play before. I don't remember. It, it, Upon leaving the theater, something strange happened. The lights flickered on, even though they shouldn't have had any electricity powering them. Bells and I were in the projector room when the projector turned on and started playing an old movie that I'd never seen before. The projector isn't connected to a film reel, Bells pointed out. Her eyes were wide. My hand started shaking as I followed her gaze to the projector. She was right. The space where the film reel should be was empty. The projector turned on by itself. The ghosts went silent, then they all spoke one phrase at once. Bells, we need to go, I said. She nodded her head in agreement. While I don't think she understood the severity of the situation, she clearly didn't want to stay here any longer. However, as we left the theater together, something hard slammed against the back of my head. I was out before I even saw him. Thank you for listening to the Lost Archipelagos podcast. This episode was created and directed by Corbin Barker, who is also the voice of Ox. This episode is legally protected by the United States copyright laws. I plan on releasing an episode every month or so keep a lookout for the next one in August, which is when the next chapter will come. Thank you, and goodbye.